active participants. We're all in this together.
When you watch the scene, that scene of a young man telling a poem about HIV/AIDS in his country, actually, he doesn't have any strong direct relationship to HIV. He's just a young man in a country that's been devastated by this. How did you feel watching that?
It, for me, is yet another of the countless examples I've encountered to talking to young people over the course of my political career, but also my adult life, where young people are trying to find their voice, and more than just a voice, find their way of impacting the world around them. Him, by choosing his words, by impacting, you could say, as he was reading it, as he was sharing it, he doesn't just share it because he has a need to get it down. He wants it to impact on people and change their thinking and change the reality of the world that he's living in. His writing poetry is to change the world that he lives in. That's what young people want. And when we give young people a bad rap for being apathetic or cynical, they're not apathetic because they don't care about the world. They're apathetic because, and they do get apathetic, because they care so much, they're frustrated that they're not being given the tools to have an impact. And if they're cynical, it comes not because they're negative, it's because they're so idealistic that they see how things actually happen and they throw up their hands and say, well, forget it, I'm not even playing your reindeer games. Yeah.
Well, I mean, one thing we try to focus on so much is actually using talents and skills, and not just using young people as a tool for fundraising money. It's young people are intelligent, there's skills, there's passion, and there's drive. And we need to harness that in some sort of capacity. This idea of youth, I mean, is a young person only a person under a certain age? What is a young person? and then, what is Start With Us? And what's it talk to?
I like the idea of the beginnings, because that's what we need right now. We need to reinvent our world. We need to rethink what our civilization is. And to be able to do that, you don't have to be young. You just have to have a youthful mindset, which means a willingness to toss out the status quo, to challenge the structures that have put you in a place of privilege, whether you just happen to be Canadian, which puts you in a position of privilege over 99.5% of everyone on the planet, or whether you're actually in a place of power. For sure that any time there is change, you're likely to change the systems that put you into a place of power. But being able to look beyond that and say, well, you know what, I think we do need to change it anyway. That, for me, is what a youthful perspective is. And it's most visible in our idealistic young people for whom they want to recreate the planet we live on. But there's a lot of people of all ages who get it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm gonna